as a artist, I started as a songwriter and a producer back when I was 14, and I kind of taken a break from music when I went to college to focus on. I went to college for business, and so I taken a break from music. And actually, last year, I was a managing artist, and it wasn't until I recorded a random song last year. It was called "Nothing to Say," just randomly in my boy's living room, and Candace, who was my publicist, literally just shot it out to some friends, and like the blogs just ate it up, and so that was kind of the first indicator that I should get back into music. So after that, I just decided last year around this time actually to fully commit myself to being an artist and taking it seriously this time. And so that was kind of the condensed version of my story. But yeah, I've been doing music most of my life. But I really, really, really started focusing on being an artist and using all of my talents to build my career and help others.
Nice.
For about a year.
Well, I can truly tell you this. You mentioned Candace as your publicist. For those that don't know, Candace Nicole, based out of the DMV, listen, that girl plays absolutely zero games with that publicist thing.
She does not.
Yeah.
I dubbed her a long time ago, in my personal opinion, the best in the business. The girl's a hustler. To watch her growth from when I met her to now is phenomenal. So he's in great hands, and he does great music. I guess I want to know so much, but I guess I'll ask you too. I love your sound. I love that you're really authentic R&B. Who were your influences that made you really want to get into it and push?
Man, I have so many. I think my biggest influence were Babyface, Stevie Wonder, like those really all-in-one musician, songwriter, producer,
right. I can see that.
Singers. Like those are like who I really studied most of my life.
Wow.
And also Music Soul Child, D'Angelo. Those are like my main real soul R&B guys.
Wow. Yeah, man. I've listened to your SoundCloud months ago, actually.
Wow.
It was brought to my attention a while back, and I've been watching on the low, like, no stalking, but...
Sounds like a stalker.
Well, when I'm into an artist...
Get some security.
When I'm into an artist, I really want to hear from them. I want to watch them grow without them knowing. So I can see how they are organically. The best way to watch somebody is to not look at them. So, watching your music grow, I definitely must say, you're an amazing talent, young man.
I have a question.
Thank you.
Okay. You said you went to college for business. Do you think doing that gives you a extra step up in the music industry as well? That way, by you taking business, it's easy for you to learn the business and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that really prepared me, not just in the classroom, but going to college in general just gives you a different experience.
Yes, it does.
You have an opportunity to experience things. I'll say that. Everything from extracurriculars to fraternities and sororities to leadership positions to student government association to different business organizations that I was a part of. All of those things kind of together helped me with networking, to team building, to delegating, to finances, to leadership, just in general. So those qualities absolutely helped me to be, more polished when dealing with, now that I'm, focused on curating my own events and doing my own shows. Now I'm dealing with business owners. I'm dealing with the owners of these clubs or venues or, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm able to matriculate a little easier than an artist who doesn't even know how to write an email very well.
Oh my God!
Yes. So I think that definitely helps. Having both of those, qualities.
Right. It definitely helps because if you see the atrocities we get. Being radio hosts, I mean, people can send an email with music saying "fuck with us" in the subject line.
That's it.
Exactly.
Or track one.
So you are saving grace to other young artists who come up because you sound like you got your business on point.
Right.
You have the simple etiquette of how to be an artist as well as to create. What are you working on right now? Like, what's your upcoming project or current project you may have out now?
Well, actually, I'm working on District of Collaboration. That's kind of the active, big project I'm doing. Actually, I'm working with a new artist by the name of Rue Pratt, who is going to be featured on the second single for November. So that's awesome. So that project comes out October 2017. Wow. So a little bit about digital collaboration is that I moved to DC about 3 years ago. And so I didn't really know, for those of you that do not know much about like the stigmas about the DC music scene, but it kind of has this bad rep of people not supporting each other. And I didn't know that, being from West Virginia. I was just like, well, shoot, this person's dope, that person's dope. I think we should. I was just looking at how they do in Atlanta, how they do in New York. And so that was the concept that kind of started me thinking about doing a collaborative album. And so last month we launched it. It was super great. I think you guys are going to play the single. You already played it?
Absolutely. You're going to introduce it at the end for sure, because we got to get into that, man.
Perfect. Yeah, but the single that you guys are going to hear in a little while, featuring Foon Show, it's done awesome, and we've gotten some great confirmations for the future. I really wanted to focus on a combination of rising and soaring artists from the DMV scene. I think there are a lot of new artists, and there are a lot of established artists that are all phenomenal. And so I wanted to do a nice mixture of that, and we released the single once a month. That's why it's not dropping until next year.
Incredible marketing.
Is that we released a single with a show. And so Rue and I are doing our show the last Sunday of November, which is the 27th. And so we do the show, we perform, she gets a set, I get a set, and then we get a chance to perform the new single live in front of the audience. The audience kind of gets the first feel of it, and then it releases online the next day. And then we do like a press tour, and then we do the same thing for the next single. And so as we build the project up and we get to the later half, like the May through October, it's going to be your big name local artists that are currently on tour or traveling.
Nice.
And we're just going to try to build it up. And then if it goes as well as we want it to, then we'll do a volume 2. And kind of expand it and grow it and that kind of stuff. So
I'm quite sure you're going to get a volume 2, because if what I heard today, which is the single we'll play soon, if that's any indication of where this project is going, it's going to be one to watch. So I just want to thank you too. Taking the time out. I found out you was in between a session. That means you're working.
Right.
So to take time to work, and this is working too.
Right.
Spreading the movement. Just to let you know, out here in Vegas, you got a friend of the show. You're a friend to the show. You're a friend of the family of this thing of ours. And please never hesitate to call us if you drop a new record every month. We would love to play it on this platform.
Perfect.
We got you. Whatever you need, promotion. You're a friend of the family. You're here for us. And we have some big things coming up out here in Vegas, some big showcases that we don't want to put it too much in the air till the ink is dry. But you definitely are already a part of it without you knowing it. As long as you want to come out here, you're going to be out here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely,
that means a lot to me.
Man. You have a great spirit. I can feel it. Like, you have great music, and it also helps when we like the artist as well as like the music. You make it easy to deal with. So tell the people how we can reach out and listen to your music and connect with you outside of this radio thing.
Perfect. All right. Well, on all social media platforms, I am it's at I am L-E-L Lambert, Lambert. So it's I am L Lambert, and that's on Instagram, that's on Snapchat, and on Facebook it's just L Lambert. Nice. And that's the same with SoundCloud. So if you guys want to search my music, check out anything, all the songs from District Collaboration will be brought through my personal SoundCloud, as well as the social media platforms, like the rest of the streaming platforms.
Right.
And so just search me, L Lambert, and you should find me on your social networks.
That's dope, man. So, we're gonna play your record, but first, please let the people I don't know. There was a few things I wanted to ask you, but I'm running out of time.
Okay.
And I know it's going to take up a lot of time to get more into it, because I'm intrigued by R&B. I love R&B.
Yes, sir.
We do got some time. So, any shows on the horizon besides the one that you mentioned coming up? I mean, are you performing in different cities, specifically on your calendar right now?
Well, we're working on, I can't go too far into what we got going on next year yet. But what we're focusing on now, I'll tell you guys that we're beginning to do a regional tour. So we're focusing on our region regarding the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area and Baltimore. So we're planning that tour out now, just building it, and then we're going to try to do a big announcement first quarter of next year. And so that's kind of the main focus.
Right.
And so the amount of shows we've done so far, this past Wednesday was show number 115 since, like I mentioned that this time last year I decided to be an artist. We've done 115 shows to date since then. And so this is kind of our time to regroup, plan. So we're recording. I will tell you guys that I'm doing a TV special. It's going to be on public access TV in January. We haven't gotten that final date yet, but we did get a confirmation that we're shooting on Monday. So when I come back and when I call you guys for the next show, I'll give you all the update on when that special is going to air. But we're getting a lot of exposure, and we're just trying to grow it locally, regionally. Then we'll focus on the country. But right now, we're really trying to touch as many people locally as possible. Still taking gigs in LA or New York or wherever they may come, but I'm really trying to focus on expanding locally. Because I think it'll really grow from there.
Okay, that's always the best strategy, to grow from home.
It's a lot of people here.
Yeah, man, listen, I used to live there. I went to school in Maryland. I lived in the DMV. I lived in PG. Spent a lot of time visiting people in D.C.
Yeah.
The vibe of the city, I've always said, the person that steps up and leads the charge and grabs a hold of the DMV, they will break those doors down for good. And it sounds like that might be you.
I know. I'm rooting for it. I'm born and raised in D.C.
Yeah, we got a Southeast D.C. native here.
Born and raised in Berry Farm. So I'm definitely rooting for you. Like I was telling Jay, I saw your song come through the inbox, and I played it like 5 times while I'm sitting in the office.
Yes.
So you definitely got a fan.
And speaking of said song, please take this time to give your shout-outs. And please introduce the record. I do believe it's a feature on there. Let us know what we're listening to, and we'll get into it.
Yes.
I was like, who is this?
Yes. So I would like to introduce you guys to our first single, What a Feeling, featuring my brother, my friend, Foon Show, co-produced by Chef Beelan. A special shout-out once again to Candace Nicole of Candace Nicole PR. She is so amazing. Yes, and that is the single, What a Feeling. Thank you guys so much for having me.
No problem, man. Thank you for calling in, man. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome back anytime.
Yes, I will be calling y'all.
And we're friends. You accepted me on social media, so I'll do my part on my individual page.
That's what I said too. He's on my page as well.
Right, Small World. You were.
I didn't even know that.
My co-host, and I had no.
I saw the flyer come past. I was like, "Who's that sharing that flyer?" Oh, that's him. Okay.
There we go.
Man, you got a team out here in Vegas, so we'll work with you, man.
Perfect. Thank you guys again.
All right, we're getting into that What a Feeling right now, though. I can't wait. I heard that one earlier.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, what I'm feeling, baby, no. If it's good vibrations, I told a girl don't keep me waiting. Bartender, can you pour me some Henny? Play some reggae so we can rock steady. I take a sip and then I get in my rhythm. She wind it up, I tell her girl just kill them, yeah. I like the way that she whine. She back it up right on time. She give it to me like it's mine. You know the music's alright. I might marry you tonight. Are you sipping dark or light? Let's have a toast to the good life, the good life, the good life. What a feeling, what a feeling, what a feeling, yeah, what a feeling, what a feeling, yeah, what a feeling, what a feeling, yeah, what a feeling, what a feeling.